Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham 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 Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham Paramashivoham Om Nityananda 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 Paramashivoham Paramashivoham Om Nityananda 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 Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham 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 Om Nityananda Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham Om Nityananda
Welcome to the Pratama Vinyasa Krama 108 Asana sequence of Nityananda Yoga. Before we start the yoga session, we request all the male bodies to please remove your upper cloth, for yoga is a ritual, and male bodies remove the upper cloth for any Hindu ritual. All the female bodies, please tie up your hair, and we request all the participants to please wear a black dress, apply vibhuti on your forehead. If you are a male body, apply it on the 16 places over your body. Apply kumkum and any aushadha from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism you have available. Wear your Rudraksha mala, the Abharanam, to intensify the energy which you can hold throughout the yoga practice. Also, make sure to keep a Shri Yantra, which is a sacred mandala, in your room where you practice the yoga. If you don't have a Shri Yantra available, don't worry. We are projecting it in the background of our acharyas. Now settle down on your yoga mat and get ready for the ritual of yoga. Sit straight with your head, neck and spine in a straight line. Join your hands in Namaskara Mudra in front of your heart center. Close your eyes. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space as we chant the Sadguru Vandanam.
Nityanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasadrasham Tattvamasyadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami.
Next, we are going to chant the Shiva Mula mantra. Om Ham Haum Shivaya Namaha 11 times. Please follow along internally.
Om Ham Haum Shivaya Namaha. 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 Om Ham Haum Shivaya Namaha.
We will be performing the Tadvachamanam, the ritualistic cleansing. Now keep your hand, the right hand, in the shape of a cow's ear in the Gokarana Mudra, as our acharyas are demonstrating. Then take an udani of water, pour it into your right palm. We're going to chant a mantra thrice. Each time, sip the water from the bottom of your palm whenever the word Swadha is chanted.
Om Atmatattvam Shodhayami Swadham.
Take another udani of water.
Om Vidyatattvam Shodhayami Swadham.
Pour another udani of water into your palm.
Om Shivadattvam Shodhayami Swadham.
Now wash your right hand with the water from the Panchapacham and wipe your lips twice with the bottom of your thumb as we chant.
Om Ham Hridayaya Namaha.
Now wash your hand again. With the index, middle and ring fingers joined together, touch above the upper lip and below the lower lip. Wash your hand again. With the index fingers and thumbs joined together, touch the right nostril, the left nostril. And with the ring finger and thumb joined together, touch the right eye, left eye, and the right ear and the left ear. Wash your hand again. With the little finger and thumb joined together, touch the navel, the right chest and the left chest. And with all fingertips joined together, touch on top of the head, the right shoulder, left shoulder, and your heart center. Now wash your hand again. As you clasp the right hand over top of the left, place both hands on the right thigh. Set the sankalpa, the conscious resolution, what it is that you want to manifest today in today's Nityananda Yoga session as we chant the sankalpa mantra.
ॐ ममोपात्त समस्त दुरितक्षयद्वारा भगवत् श्री नित्यानंद परमशिव प्रीत्यर्थम श्री नित्यानंदेश्वरी परमशिव शक्ति समेत श्री नित्यानंदेश्वर परमशिव प्रीत्यर्थम च अद्य पूर्वोक्त एवं गुण विशेषेण विशिष्टायाम् अस्यां शुभदितौ पूर्ण आरोग्ययुक्त दृढ़गात्र यौगिक शरीर सिद्ध्यर्थम परमशिव शक्ति आविष्करणार्थम नित्यानंद योगाभ्यासं करिष्ये.
Now wash your hand once more as we chant.
ओम अपौपस्पृश्य.
Keep your Panchapatram and Udani out of harm's way as we are getting ready to start the yoga. Now sit in a comfortable cross-legged position with your head, neck, and spine in a straight line. Bring the index fingers and thumbs joined together on top of the knees in Bindu Mudra. Engage the three bandhas, the energy locks, which are contracting the perineal region and pulling it in and up. The Uddiyana Bandha, the stomach lock, contracting your stomach muscles and pulling your stomach in and up towards your spine. And the Jalandhara Bandha, the throat lock, tucking your chin to the chest and internally contracting your throat muscles. Together they form Mahamudra Bandha, which is a great secret of the yogic practice and will enhance your yoga practice manifold. Next up is the visualization. Hold the visualization for the right context of each of the asanas. The first visualization is Lord Shiva. You will always be able to see the visualization in the top right corner of the screen. So whenever you don't know how the visualization looks, you can just check the screen. Next up is Samana Kumbhaka. Now fill your stomach with prana as you meditate on a flame in your stomach, kindling the prana and raising up your spine. Chant the japa soham and visualize it rotating around your throat until the nectar oozes out into your body. Let us now perform the first asana, which is Sukhasana.
तत्सुखासनमित्युक्तम् अशक्तस्तत्समाचरेत् आसनं विजितं येन जितं तेन जगत्त्रयम्.
The next asana is Parvatasana. Now bring your legs into Padmasana with the feet on top of the opposite thighs. Then bring your palms together in Anjali Mudra and raise them up above your head, keeping your elbows straight. Engage all three bandhas, Mahamudra Bandha, as you visualize yourself as Mount Kailash.
अथ वक्षे महादेव पर्वतासन मंगलम्.
The next asana is Hali Pavasana. Now bring the soles of your feet together in front of your body and hold the left hand by the right behind your back. As you lean forward and place your forehead on the ground behind your heels. Engage all three bandhas as you gaze to the nose and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
पूर्व विधियाहु मे जानो उभय पगतली संपुट ठानो.
The next asana is Nagi Pavasana. Now keep the soles of your feet together and stretch your hands out in front of the feet, cupping your palms, placing them down on the ground as you place your forehead on the ground behind your heels. Engage all three bandhas and gaze to the tip of your nose, visualizing yourself as a snake.
पूर्व विधि परियागाने नीचौ हो वे कहूनि फनास्यो लगाई.
Next up is Kokilasana. Now hold the big toes with the index and middle fingers in Prana Mudra. Then raise the legs up straight and then cross them into Padmasana, leaning forward and down onto your elbows. Engage all three bandhas as you visualize yourself as a bird.
स्थान्यदासनं वक्ष्ये येन सिद्धो भवेन्नरः.
The next asana is Neti asana. Now place one ankle on top of the opposite knee as you hold onto the opposite elbows. Engage all the bandhas, rotate your arms in a circle, and gaze to the nose, visualizing Swamiji in your inner space, and after some time, change the direction of the movement.
घोड़ा बामा पादगी आशमाहिली सोये दक्षचरण को वार लोता परिकुल्फ समोय.
The next asana is Gajasana. Now press your hands onto the ground, lifting your hips up high. Lower your head, then your chest, scooping the body forward and down again and again as you visualize yourself as an elephant. And perform Uddiyana Bandha, the stomach lock, and Mula Bandha, the root lock, as you do so.
निब्जम्बादाग्रे भूमौ कृत्वा लम्बी भूया मस्तकाग्रे निधाय.
The next asana is Rikshasana. From the same position, alternate pressing the heel of one foot into the ground while lifting the other heel up. Visualize yourself as a bear as you keep Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha engaged.
एकैकं पादमाकुञ्च्य गजासनं कुर्यात् वृक्षासनं भवति.
The next asana is Vaishyasana. Now stand tall on the mat with the tips of the on the tips of the big toes, with all other toes raised off the ground. As you keep your head, neck, and spine in a straight line, and bring your index, middle, and ring fingers to the heart center into the Hridaya Mudra. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space and perform Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha.
केशेन पादयुगलं बद्ध्वा तिष्ठेत अधोमुखः.
Next up is the Urdhva Janukarana. Stand with your heels touching, toes facing outwards at a 45-degree angle, and the knees bend in Adimandi. Now, bring both hands to the chest with the elbows parallel to the ground. Then lift one knee up towards the center of your body, followed along with the respective hand as you make circular motions on both sides again and again. The next asana is Balalingasana. Now interlace your fingers from the outside in Sarvashankari Mudra and hold on to one knee, pulling it up towards your chest. Keep your head, neck, and spine in a straight line and visualize yourself holding a baby as you engage all three bandhas, Mahamudra Bandha.
एकं जानूरसि आलिङ्ग्य स्थातव्यं बाललिङ्गनं भवति.
You move on to Padapidanasana. Now take the foot and pull it behind towards your buttocks. Hold it with both hands. Be straight. Engage all three bandhas as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
त्वैकस्मिन् पादतले कराभ्यां वेष्टयेत्तनुम्.
The next asana is Natarajasana. Standing on one leg, hold on to one foot and extend it backwards as you lean forward and stretch your arm out in front in Bindu Mudra with the index finger and thumb touching as you visualize yourself dancing as Lord Nataraja and perform the Mula Bandha.
उत्तानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकम्.
Now stand on the other leg and repeat Balalingasana on the other side, pulling the knee up towards your chest and visualize yourself caressing a baby.
एकं जानूरसि आलिङ्ग्य स्थातव्यं बाललिङ्गनं भवति.
Now repeat Padapidanasana on the other side. Pull the other foot towards your buttocks and visualize Swamiji in your inner space, engaging all three bandhas.
स्थित्वैकस्मिन् पादतले कराभ्यां वेष्टयेत्तनुम्.
Now repeat Natarajasana on the other side, visualizing yourself as Lord Nataraja.
पादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकम्.
Next up is the Ardha Rechita Karana. From Adimandi position, bring the right foot behind the other with the toes down and the heel up. Keep the left hand at the chest and swing the right arm back and forth, gracefully moving the fingers one by one. Now keep the right hand over top of the nose, uncross your ankles, and repeat the movement on the other side. Next up is the skeleton dance. Now visualize yourself as a skeleton as you shake your body intensely. We move on to Katichina Karana. From Adimandi, with the heels together, toes pointing outwards and the knees bent, bring your hands above your head with the arms crossed, palms facing backwards. Now open your hips to one side and open the arms along above your head. Return to the center and repeat the movement on both sides again and again. The next asana is Tadasana. Now stand tall on the tips of the big toes as you raise your hands up above your head, beside your ears. Engage all three bandhas. Visualize yourself as a palm tree as you internally chant the new japa Shivoham.
महामुद्राबद्ध कोनो ताड़ासन विभेदकान.
Next up is Uttanasana. From a standing position, lean forward and down, bringing your hands flat to the ground. Take precaution in the case that you are a pregnant woman. For pregnant women, shouldn't perform any of the forward bends. Now engage all three bandhas and bring your forehead towards the knees as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
महामुद्राबद्ध कोनो ताड़ासन विभेदकान.
The next asana is Tadakshvasana, the plank position. Now lower your body down onto your arms and feet as you tuck your chin to the chest and rotate your head from side to side, contracting your perineal region. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Keep breathing in the Samana Kumbhaka, filling your stomach with prana and visualizing a flame rising up your spine.
गजासनवस्थित्वा मस्तकं वारं वारं दक्षिणकुक्षिं सव्यकुक्षिं नजेत्.
The next asana is Bhujangasana. Now lower your entire body down onto your stomach as you keep the toes pointing backwards and your hands next to the chest. Now raise your head up using the strength of your lower back. Don't lift your body any higher than your belly button up. And open your mouth wide as you inhale through the hollow of your throat in Bhujangani Mudra. Visualize yourself as a cobra as you perform the Mula Bandha.
अंगुष्ठनाभिपर्यन्तम् अधोभूमो विनिन्यसेत्.
The next asana is Shashasana. Now push your body up back into the plank position and alternate bringing one knee in towards your chest back and forth as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space and calmly breathe through your nose in Sahadra Kumbhaka.
जासन संस्थितो जानुद्वयमाकुञ्च्य वारं वारं कर्तव्यं शशासनं भवति.
The next asana is Rathasana. From a tall plank position, place one foot in between the two hands as you simultaneously jump one foot back and bring the other one in between the hands. Alternate again and again as you visualize yourself as a chariot.
गजासन संस्थितो एकैकं पादं पुरोमार्गेण भ्रामयित्वा कर्तव्यं रथासनं भवति.
The next asana is Viravatrasana. Now keep one foot flat on the ground with the toes pointing forwards and the knee bent at a 90-degree angle. Now extend the other leg back, keep the knee straight and the toes pointed outwards. Raise your arms up parallel, pull the stomach in and up and gaze to your third eye, visualizing yourself as Lord Virabhadra as you perform Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha.
आशिष्टमतकौण्डिन्यमूर्धकुक्कुटमेव च.
Now exchange the position of your feet and repeat Viravatrasana on the other side.
मतकौण्डिन्यमूर्धकुक्कुटमेव च.
The next asana is Vrikshasana, the tree posture. Now stand and bring one foot to the inner thigh as you bring your palms together in Anjali Mudra and raise them up above your head. Keep your elbows straight as you gaze forward and visualize yourself as a tree.
अमोरुमूलदेशे च जाम्यं पादं निधायतु.
The next asana is Garudasana. Now bring the raised leg to the opposite hip. Join your hands in Namaskara Mudra in front of your heart center as you visualize yourself as Lord Garuda and engage the Mula Bandha.
गरुडासनमावक्षे येन ध्यानं स्थिरं भवेत्.
Now stand on your other leg and repeat Vrikshasana on the other side.
वामोरुमूलदेशे च जाम्यं पादं निधायतु.
Now repeat Garudasana on the other side, keeping the standing leg as straight as a rod and visualizing yourself as Lord Garuda.
गरुडासनमावक्षे येन ध्यानं स्थिरं भवेत्.
The next asana is Trikonasana. Now stand and step one leg forward and the other one far back, keeping the front toes pointing forwards and the back toes facing sideways. Now bring your hands parallel to the ground and lean forward and down as you keep one hand down and the other one raised up. Gaze upwards, visualizing yourself as a triangle as you perform the Mula Bandha.
उत्तानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकम्.
Exchange the position of your feet. Step the other leg forward as you repeat Trikonasana on the other side.
उत्तानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकम्.
Next up is the Nikutaka Karana. From Adimandi position, heels touching, toes pointing outwards and the knees bent, raise one heel off the ground and bring your hands in front of the heart center with the palms facing each other. Now stump the raised heel to the ground, raise the other heel up and exchange the position of your hands again and again. The next asana is Angushtasana. Now lower your body down onto the tips of your toes, placing the perineum on the back of your heels. Raise your knees off the ground and keep them together as you join your palms in front of your heart center in Namaskara Mudra. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space as you breathe in Brahmari Kumbhaka, buzzing like a bee on the inhalation and exhalation as you perform the Mula Bandha and internally chant the new japa Sadashivoham.
बन्धासनमित्याहुः गोरक्षासनमेव च.
The next asana is Saurasana. From the tips of the toes, extend one leg straight out with the heel down and the toes up. Keep your fingers down on the ground by the sides with the palms facing forward in Vara Mudra. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space as you perform the Mula Bandha.
प्रसार्य एकं पादतलं संस्थाप्य त्वेकपादकम्.
The next asana is Vidunanasana. Now, from Saurasana, lean forward and hold on to the big toe in Prana Mudra. As you hold the back heel with the other hand, balance. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space and perform the Mula Bandha.
गुल्फस्थितो पादमेकं प्रसार्य तत्पादाग्रं संस्पृश्य तत्करेण.
Now exchange the position of your feet. Stretch the other leg forward as you repeat Saurasana on the other side.
प्रसार्य एकं पादतलं संस्थाप्य त्वेकपादकम्.
Now again, lean forward and down, holding on to the front foot and the back heel, repeating Vidunanasana on the other side.
स्थितो पादमेकं प्रसार्य तत्पादाग्रं संस्पृश्य तत्करेण.
The next asana is Brahmajarankushasana. As you keep the toes on the ground and the perineum placed on top of the heels, which are raised off the ground, keep a gap between your legs and place the back of your hands on top of the respective knees. Contract the perineal region and tuck your chin to the chest as you gaze in between the two hands in Shambhavi Mudra, with eyes opened wide, unblinking, actually gazing within, as you visualize Swamiji within and perform the Jalandhara Bandha and Mula Bandha.
दो भणा पानी होय वैसे एड़ी मेल रघुदानी वैसे.
The next asana is Kapilasana. Now drop your knees to the ground with the toes tucked behind, sitting your perineum on the heels. As you keep your hands on top of the respective thighs and pull your stomach in and up, contract the perineal region, gaze to the tip of the nose and visualize yourself as Sage Kapila Muni.
उभय पगदली समटारावे तिनकी माहली कोर मिलावे.
The next asana is Bhadragodakasana. Maintain the same position as you shift your gaze up to the third eye. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space as you buzz like a bee in Brahmari Kumbhaka.
दो वो पगदली संपुट करे कोरवारली भूपरि धरे.
The next asana is Suryasana. Now sit with your toes tucked, perineum placed on top of the raised heels as you bring your thumbs and little fingers together in Padma Mudra, opening up the palms resembling a lotus flower. Now raise your hands up above your head as you gaze up in between the gap between the palms, visualizing yourself as Lord Surya.
एड़ी दो गुदातरी आने भना पानी बैठक अब निठाने.
The next asana is Mandukasana. Now sit with the toes flat, perineum on the heels. As you keep your hands on top of the knees, lift the tongue up against the roof of your mouth. As you catch the nectar of immortality dripping from the Sahasrara chakra with your frog tongue, as you visualize yourself as a frog in Manduki Mudra. Gaze to your third eye, breathe calmly through your nose in Sahadra Kumbhaka as you perform the Mula Bandha.
तलो पृष्ठ देशे अंगुष्ठे द्वे च संस्पृशेत्.
The next asana is Uttana Mandukasana. Maintain the same sitting posture, but bring your hands behind your back, holding onto the opposite shoulders. Gaze to your third eye, visualize yourself as a frog as you keep your tongue pressed against the palate of your mouth in Manduki Mudra. Perform Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha as you do so.
मंडूकासन मध्यस्थं कुर्पराभ्यां धृतं शिरः.
The next asana is Simhasana. Now cross your ankles and sit on your feet. As you keep the knees wide, fingers spread on top of the knees, open your mouth wide, stick out your tongue and exhale forcefully as you gaze at the tip of your nose and visualize yourself as a lion.
दक्षिणं सव्यगुल्फेन दक्षिणेन तदेतरम्.
The next asana is Bhadrasana. Now sit with your heels under the perineum, the knees open wide, then cross your hands behind your back and hold onto the big toes in Prana Mudra. As you gaze at the tip of your nose, visualize Swamiji in your inner space and return to buzzing like a bee in Brahmari Kumbhaka.
गुल्फौ च वृषणस्याधो व्युत्क्रमेण समाहितः.
The next asana is Kakapusandi Asana. Now squat and keep the feet flat on the ground as you keep your knees open wide and bring your arms in and around the raised knees. Interlace your fingers behind your back if you can. As you visualize yourself as a crow and gaze to the tip of your nose as you engage the Mula Bandha.
तमे वेशक उगट ठाने दो वो हाथ भगवनी च आने.
The next asana is Kanipavasana. Now keep the palms on the floor, shoulder width apart. Bring your knees onto the back of your arms towards your armpits. Lean forward, raise your feet off the ground as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space and balance on your arms.
को गुण आशी दुष्टता होई तो आछी होई.
The next asana is Kapali Asana. Now place your hands on the ground, shoulder width apart. Bring the top of your head onto the ground. Please take precautions if you have any neck injuries or high blood pressure. Any of the inverted postures. Now bring your knees onto the elbows, your hips over the shoulders, and straighten your legs up as you gaze to the nose and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
ईशा धरती टेकी पग दो वो मिलीवा ऊंचा करे.
The next asana is Parshvamayurasana. Now squat on the toes with the legs together, twist your body and place both hands to the side as you align your elbows with the knee and hip and lean onto your arms, balance, extending your legs to the side. Gaze to your third eye as you visualize yourself as a peacock and exhale fully in Rechaka Kumbhaka as you hold your breath in the exhaled state. Perform the Mula Bandha as you do so.
मयूरम दंडवत कुर्यान मायूरम दंड नामकम.
Now, twist your body in the other direction and repeat Parshvamayurasana on the other side.
मयूर दंडवत कुर्यान मायूरम दंड नामकम.
The next asana is Bhairaganathasana. Now place both hands on the ground, shoulder width apart. Stretch your legs back straight into Tadakshvasana, the plank position. As you step one foot outside the respective shoulder and bring it in between the two hands. Gaze to your third eye. Visualize yourself as Lord Kala Vaidava. As you breathe in your Rechaka Kumbhaka and perform the Mula Bandha.
आसन की गुण पीती जागी.
Now step the front foot back and step the other foot outside the shoulder in between the hands. Gaze to your third eye in Shambhavi Mudra with the eyes opened wide, unblinking, as you visualize yourself as Lord Kala Bhairava.
आसन को गुण पीती जाई.
The next asana is Unmukha Pitasana. From Tadakshvasana, the plank position, bring your forearms down on the ground as you walk your feet forward, raising your hips. Lift your chest and head up and gaze to your third eye, visualizing Swamiji in your inner space.
भून्यस्तो जानुनि हस्तो चतुष्पदम वाङ्मुखम.
The next asana is Vashishthasana. From Tadakshvasana, rotate your body onto one hand and raise the opposite hand up. Keep the balancing hand directly beneath your shoulder as you raise your hips and gaze up towards the sky, visualizing yourself as Sage Vashishta as you perform the Mula Bandha.
ऊर्ध्वकुक्कुटवासिष्ठ मरीचिहल मत्स्यकम.
Now twist your body in the other direction. Balance on the other hand as you repeat Vashishthasana.
ऊर्ध्वकुक्कुटवासिष्ठ मरीचिहल मत्स्यकम.
Now come to a seated position and extend your legs out in front with the heel down and the toes pointing up. Now bring your hands under the buttocks with the palms facing up. Keep your spine straight, elbows close to your body. Tuck your chin to the chest. Contract the perineal region. As you gaze through the nose, visualize yourself as Lord Hanuman and internally chant the new japa Maha Sadashivoham.
दो बूगर की उभय हथेली कोरवार ली मैले भेली.
Next up is Paschimottanasana. Now visualize Swamiji in your inner space as you lean forward and down, holding onto the big toes in Prana Mudra. Perform Mahamudra Bandha, all three bandhas engaged, and exhale all the air from your lungs in Lichaka Kumbhaka.
जानु परिललाटन्तो पश्चिमं दानमुच्यते.
The next asana is Ugrasana. With your legs straight, interlace your fingers behind your neck. Lean your chest forward and down, bringing your head to the knees by the strength of your core. Engage all three bandhas as you visualize Kali in your inner space.
शुभानिभ्यां दृढं धृत्वा जानुभरि शिरोन्यसेत्.
The next asana is Marichi Asana. Now, sit with the legs extended, bring one heel to the groin with the knee raised, and reach your arm in and around the raised knee as you clasp your hands behind your back. Bring your chest to the thighs, head to the knee, and visualize yourself as Sage Marichi.
उत्तानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकम्.
Now drop the knee down to the ground and lean forward, holding onto the front foot with both hands. As you exhale all the air from your lungs, gaze to the nose, visualize Swamiji, and perform Mahamudra Bandha in Mahamudrasana.
मुद्रां प्रवक्ष्यामि तन्त्रेऽस्मिन् मम वल्लभे.
Now extend the other leg out. Bring the other heel towards the perineum with the knee raised. As you lean forward and interlace your fingers behind your back in Marichi Asana on the other side.
उत्तानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकम्.
Now drop the knee down, lean forward, hold onto the foot, engage all three bandhas, repeating Mahamudrasana on the other side.
महामुद्रां प्रवक्ष्यामि तन्त्रेऽस्मिन् मम वल्लभे.
The next asana is Bhadrasana 2. As you sit and bring the soles of the feet together with your heels close to the perineum, keep your knees wide, hold your feet firmly with both hands, and maintain a straight spine as you gaze to the nose and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
कुल्भौ तु वृषणस्यादः सीवन्त्याः पार्श्वयोः क्षिपेत्.
The next asana is Gvali Pavasana. From Bhadrasana, extend your feet away from your body. Keep the toes together, heels apart, knees wide open. As you place your hands on the respective knees, tuck your chin to the chest and gaze to the nose. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Perform the Jalandhara Bandha and Mula Bandha.
पूर्वचरपट चौक कहियो सोई वाही विधियो कीजे सोई.
The next asana is Joni Asana. Now sit, keep the soles of the feet together and the heels close to your perineum as you visualize the Yoni Mandala, which is projected on the screen. Now hold the soles of the feet as you lean forward and down and bring the forehead to the feet as you gaze to the nose and perform the Mula Bandha.
दोगु भगतली संपुट करे एड़ी मेड़ के ढिंग धरे.
The next asana is Midaki Pavasana. As you sit and keep the heels together, toes apart and the knees wide, lean forward and down and extend your hands out to the side. Keep the palms facing down on the ground to the sides as you bring your forehead to the ground behind your heels. Gaze to your nose, visualize Swamiji and perform the Mula Bandha.
पूर्व विधि परिभगतली संपुट शोल एड़ी मिली राशे.
Next up is Siddha Samadhi Asana. Now sit and keep the toes together, heels apart. As you bring your arms below the shins, extend them out to the sides and keep the palms facing up. Bring your forehead to the ground above your feet as you bring your toes near your throat if you can. Gaze to the tip of your nose, visualize Lord Surya in your inner space, and perform the Mula Bandha.
दोबो बगदली संपुट करे शोले मेड़ आगा में धरे.
Next up is Chinaki Pavasana. Now sit and keep the heels together, toes apart, as you hold the feet and open them up like a book, bringing the backs of your hands onto the ground and the elbows pressing down on the thighs. Gaze at the nose and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
दो बगांगी एडी धरती मगिवा मेड़ लगावे.
The next asana is Chadapata Chukasana. Sit and bring the soles of the feet together with the heels at your perineum. Open the knees and place your hands on top of the knees as you gently press them down. Pull your stomach in and up, gaze to your third eye as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
दोबो बगदली संपुट धारे आगा नेक रजार पसारे.
The next asana is Bhairavasana. Now sit and bring the soles of the feet together with your knees open wide. Lift the heels up and bring the toes down onto the ground. As you keep your knees on the ground, pull your stomach in and up and place your hands on the knees in Bindu Mudra. Gaze to your third eye as you visualize yourself as Lord Kala Bhairava.
उल्भव संपेड्य जान्योन्यं विक्रमेणोत्थितं शनैः.
The next asana is Samanasana. Now sit with one heel at the perineum. Lift and hold the other foot, pulling the sole of the foot to your chest. Gaze to your third eye as you perform the Mula Bandha and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
समान आसनमावक्षे सिद्धमन्त्रादि साधनात्.
The next asana is Apanasana. As you sit, place one leg on top of the respective shoulder and raise the other foot upwards and straight. Keep the hands on the ground to the sides as you gaze to your third eye and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
परं पादमेकञ्च स्कन्धे चारोऽपि यत्नतः.
Now repeat Samanasana on the other side. Bring the other heel towards your perineum and pull the opposite foot towards your chest.
समान आसनमावक्षे सिद्धमन्त्रादि साधनात्.
Now repeat Apanasana on the other side. Bring the other leg over top of the respective shoulder, extending the opposite leg forward and up.
परं पादमेकञ्च स्कन्धे चारोऽपि यत्नतः.
Next up is Gomukhasana. Now sit and cross one leg over the other, aligning the knees at the center of your body with the feet by the opposite hips. Place both hands on top of the stacked knees as you gaze to the nose, visualize the face of a cow, and perform the Mula Bandha. Start breathing in Siddhkari Kumbhaka, pressing your tongue against the palate of your mouth without touching the teeth and hissing through your teeth while inhaling. Internally chant the new japa Om Nityanandoham.
सव्ये दक्षिणगुल्फं तु पृष्ठपार्श्वे नियोजयेत्.
The next asana is Anasuyasana. Now maintain the same posture. Hold on to the big toes of the feet in Prana Mudra as you gaze to the tip of your nose and visualize yourself as Rishika Anasuya. Engage Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha.
दक्षिण कोडो नीचो ठाने वावोता के ऊपर आने.
Maintain the same position. Interlace your fingers behind your back and lean forward and down as you bring your chin over the knees, the nose towards the ground, and visualize yourself as Rishika Anasuya in Anasuyasana too.
जीमणा गोदा की संधि उपरिड़ा वागोड़ा की संधि.
The next asana is Garudasana too. Now sit on the ground with one heel pressed against the perineum. As you keep the opposite foot flat on the ground with the knee raised to your chest. Keep the hands on the respective knee. As you visualize yourself as Lord Garuda, gaze to the nose and perform the Mula Bandha.
Navobhagamodi edi mahilo gulpha mooladwarani chaide.
The next asana is Naradasana. Now, sit and place your perineum on top of one heel as you interlace your fingers behind your neck and twist your elbows outside of the raised knee. Gaze to your third eye and visualize yourself as Narada as you perform the Mula Bandha.
पिष्टि जवाम पगदली केरी भूपरिता हिलगा बेफेरी.
Next up is Matsya Pitakasana. Now place one foot on top of the opposite thigh. Wrap the respective arm around the knee, holding onto the opposite shin as you hold the big toes with the other hand in Prana Mudra. Visualize yourself as Matsya, the fish avatar of Lord Vishnu, as you perform the Mula Bandha.
नवामाङ्गुष्टन्तो गृहीतमच्च पीठकम्.
Now slide your knees over top with the other knee on top, repeating the Gomukhasana position on the other side. Gaze to the nose and visualize the face of a cow as you keep hissing through your teeth without the tongue touching your teeth. In Siddhkari Kumbhaka.
सव्ये दक्षिणगुल्फं तु पृष्ठपार्श्वे नियोजयेत्.
Next up is Anasuyasana on the other side. Hold onto the big toes as you visualize yourself as Rishika Anasuya.
दक्षिण कोडो नीचे उठाने वावोता के ऊपर आने.
Now, from the same position, interlace your fingers behind your back and lean forward and down, chin over the knees, nose towards the ground in Anasuyasana too.
जीमणा गोदा की संधि उपरिड़ा वा गोड़ा की संधि.
Now repeat Garudasana 2 on the other side, bringing the other heel towards the perineum, knee raised, hands on the knees, as you visualize yourself as Lord Garuda.
डावो पगमोडी एडी माहिलो गुल्फमूलद्वारिणी चैदे.
Next up is Naradasana on the other side. Raise the perineum onto the heel, interlace your fingers behind your neck, and twist your elbows outside of the raised knee, visualizing yourself as Sage Narada.
पिष्टि जवाम पगदली केरी भूपरिता हिलगा बेफेरी.
Next up is Matsya Pitakasana on the other side. Now place the other foot on top of the opposite thigh. Hold on to the shin and the big toe of that foot as you visualize Matsya, the fish avatar of Vishnu.
वामे नवामाङ्गुष्टन्तो गृहीतमच्च पीठकम्.
Next up is Matsindrasana. Now place one foot on top of the opposite thighs as you place the opposite foot on the ground flat. Twist and bring the elbow outside of the raised knee. Keep your raised arm by the neck. Turn your head back and gaze to your third eye, visualizing Matsyendranath, the great sage and master of Hatha Yoga.
उदरं पश्चिमाभासं कृत्वा तिष्ठति यत्नतः.
The next asana is Kubhasana. From Matsyendrasana, twist and bring your elbow outside of the raised knee as you extend your hand down to the foot, keeping the opposite hand at the respective ear. Twist your body back. Gaze back and up towards your third eye, visualizing yourself as a camel.
आसन को गुण झोल हो जाए.
Next up is Matsyendrasana 2. Keeping the hand extended down towards the foot, place your hand behind your body onto the ground as you gaze up to your third eye and visualize Matsyendranath.
मत्स्येन्द्रपीठं जठर प्रदीप्तिं प्रचंड रुक्मण्डल खण्डनास्त्रम्.
Now repeat Matsyendrasana on the other side. Extend the other leg out. Bring the opposite foot onto the thigh as you twist your elbow outside of the raised knee and gaze back.
उदरं पश्चिमाभासं कृत्वा तिष्ठति यत्ततः.
The next asana is Kubhasana on the other side. Now hold on to the front big toe and prana mudra as you keep the other hand towards the respective ear, gazing back and up towards your third eye and visualizing yourself as a camel.
आसन को गुण झोल हो जाए.
The hand to the ground behind you. Twist your body even further as you visualize Matsyendranath in Matsyendrasana 2.
मत्स्येन्द्रपीठं जठर प्रदीप्तिं प्रचंड रुक्मण्डल खण्डनास्त्रम्.
The next asana is Padmasana. Now place your feet on top of the opposite thighs as you keep your palms flat on the respective knees. Engage all three bandhas, Mahamudra Bandha, as you gaze at the tip of your nose. Visualize yourself as Lord Shiva. Breathe in Sitali Kumbhaka, now pressing your tongue against the back of the teeth, hissing while inhaling as you internally chant the new japa Om Nityananda Mahasada-Shivoham.
आसनं द्विविधं प्रोक्तं पद्मं वज्रासनं तथा.
The next asana is Padmasana 2. As you sit in Padmasana, cross your hands in front of your body and hold onto the big toes in Prana Mudra. Gaze to the nose, visualize yourself as Goddess Parvati, the consort of Shiva, as you perform the Mula Bandha.
अनुचरणं कृत्वा ऊरू संस्थो प्रयत्नतः.
The next asana is Kukutasana. Now sitting in Padmasana, place your hands on the ground between the two thighs as you lift your body up off the ground. Visualize yourself as a rooster as you breathe calmly in Sahajra Kumbhaka and perform the Mula Bandha.
पद्मासनं सुसंस्थाप्य नान्बोरोरन्तरे करो.
The next asana is Baddha Keki Asana. From Padmasana, raise up onto the knees as you bring your hands flat on the ground with the fingers pointing backwards. Keep the elbows together, press them against the navel, and then lean forward. Find balance and extend your knees up off the ground. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space as you perform the Mula Bandha.
धरामवष्टभ्यकरद्वयेन तत्पूर्वपरि स्थापिता नाभिपार्श्वः.
The next asana is Mayurasana. While on your knees, place your palms on the ground with the fingers pointing backwards. Keep your elbows at the navel, lean back, lean forward, find balance and extend your legs up off the ground, visualizing yourself as a peacock as you perform the Sahajra Kumbhaka and engage the Mula Bandha.
अथ वक्षे महादेव मयूरासनमुत्तमम्.
Next up is Makarasana. Lay down on your stomach with the feet pointing outwards and the forehead on the mat. Interlace your fingers behind your neck. As you visualize yourself as a crocodile and perform the Mula Bandha.
अध्यासशेते हृदयं निधाय भूमौ च पादौ च प्रसाद्यमानौ.
As you lay on your stomach, place your hands on the ground beside your chest. Raise your legs up, bring the thighs off the ground, visualizing yourself as a locust. In Shalabhasana.
अध्यासशेते करयुग्मवक्षो भूमिमवष्टभ्य करयोस्तलाभ्याम्.
The next asana is Ushtrasana. As you lay on your stomach, bring your hands to the feet. Pull the feet down towards the ground outside of your hips. As you visualize yourself as a camel and perform the Mula Bandha.
अध्यासशेते पदयुग्मव्यस्तं पृष्ठे निधाय विधृतं कराभ्याम्.
The next asana is Dhanurasana. From Ushtrasana, tighten the grip on your feet and kick the legs back and up as you lean forward and lift your chest off the ground. Gaze up to your third eye and visualize yourself as Pinaka, Lord Shiva's bow. Perform the Mula Bandha as you do so.
त्रिसार्यपादौ भुविदण्डरूपौ करौ च पृष्ठे धृतपादयुग्मम्.
The next asana is Bhagasana. Now come to a kneeling position with your feet flat on the ground, sitting in between the two heels. Place your hands on top of the knees. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Breathe calmly through your nose in Sahasrara Kumbhaka. As you gaze to your third eye, contract the perineal region in Mula Bandha and internally chant Om Jayanti Paramashivoham.
उल्टा मोड़ी पाओ तो वैसे बहुरो जगते करे कैसे.
The next asana is Gohi Asana. From the kneeling position, place your elbows on the ground, shoulder width apart. As you interlace your fingers, bring your head towards the ground and hold it with your hands. Now raise your hips up. Walk your feet forward until your hips align with your shoulders. And then raise your legs up off the ground and pull the knees close to your chest. Try to touch your chin with the knees as you roll your body up in the inverted posture. Gaze to the nose and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
दो हाथ की कहुनी जोई पुनिह कलाजी जाने दोई.
Now, from Gohi Asana, extend your legs up straight into Shirshasana. Gaze to the nose and visualize Swamiji in your inner space as you perform the Mula Bandha.
विपरीतं मण्डलं च द्विधैव विदितं हिनः.
Gently lower your body down and come to a seated posture. Now sit with your hands behind your calves and stretch your legs up. Bring your forehead to the knees as you come to a vertical position with your legs. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space and perform the Bhastika Kumbhaka, rapidly exhaling from your diaphragm, pushing the air out without inhaling, like the bellows of a blacksmith. We're going to perform Bhastika Kumbhaka for the next few asanas, so keep your core engaged and rapidly breathe through your nose.
दो हाथ पग बाहर आने घोड़ा तरे का कसी ठाने.
The next asana is Parighasana. Now sit and extend your legs out and up at a 45-degree angle. Bring your hands behind. Hold the opposite shoulders as you keep the chest upright, legs straight, toes pointed. Gaze to your third eye as you visualize yourself as a mace.
उत्तानशयनं कृत्वा पादौ मिलित्वा प्रसार्य.
Keep breathing rapidly as you sit and extend your legs out and up at a 45-degree angle. Keep your arms parallel to the ground or bring them down to the ground as you gaze to your third eye and visualize yourself as a boat in Naukasana.
उत्थानशयनं कुर्पराभ्यां भूमिमवष्टभ्य.
Next up is Rudrasana. Now sit and lift your feet up. Scoop your hands under the heels and pull the feet towards your chest. Keep your spine upright, gaze to the nose as you visualize yourself as Lord Rudra. Perform the Mula Bandha as you do so.
पगदली संपूटक हातस्योपक उचायी.
The next asana is Unmukha Pitasana too. Now lay down on your back with the feet flat on the ground, the knees raised up. Bring your palms down to the ground with the fingers just touching the back of your heels. Lift your hips up high. Press the feet into the ground as you tuck your chin to the chest, gaze to the nose, and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
ऊर्ध्वे च जानुनी कृत्वा शवित्वोर्ध्वमुखं तथा उत्थाप्य हस्तौ तिष्ठेत्तु पीठ उन्मुख नामके.
Now lower your body down flat onto the ground. Keep the palms facing up next to your hips. As you contract the perineal region and forcefully pull the Kundalini Shakti up along your spine towards your Sahasrara Chakra in Shakti Chalan Mudra. Relax. Completely unclutch from any micro movements of the body and mind. As you visualize that your body is dead and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Swamiji, is liberating you. Internally chant the Mahavakya, Om Nityananda Paramashivoham.
उत्तानं शववद्भूमौ शयनं तोषवासनं शवासनं श्रान्तिहरं चित्तविश्रान्तिकारकम्.
ॐ नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम् 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 ॐ नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम्.
Now slowly return to your physical body. Start to wiggle your fingers and toes. your wrists and your ankles, your elbows and your knees. Pull your knees up towards your chest and rock your body from side to side as you return to a comfortable seated position. Congratulations! You completed the first 108 asanas of the sequence, which are the Pratama Vinyasa Krama. We are now going to continue the sequence with the next asana, which is Yathasana Nishthasana. Now sit in a posture that brings ease to your physical and mental space. Bring your hands on top of the knees in Bindu Mudra. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Breathe in Samana Kumbhaka, filling your stomach with prana and meditating on the flame kindling in your stomach as you perform the Mula Bandha and internally chant the Mahavakya, Om Nityananda Paramashivoham.
पर्यङ्कं तत्समाख्यातं यथासंस्थं यथास्थितिः.
Next up is Samasana. Now sit in a cross-legged position. Keep your hands on the knees with the thumbs and index fingers touching. Take a long, deep inhalation and hold your breath. After exhaling, breathe deeply in and out, visualizing Swamiji and performing the Mula Bandha.
इदानीं गर्भिणीनां योगाभ्यासो यथा लघु.
Next up is Muktasana. Now place the left foot against the genital region and place the right foot over top of the left. Keep your hands facing down on top of the knees. Gaze to your nose as you visualize yourself as a sage liberated by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism in Muktasana.
निबीड्य सीविनीं सूक्ष्मां दक्षिणेतरगुल्फतः.
Next up is Siddhasana. Maintain the same position as Muktasana. As you switch your gaze to your third eye, visualize Swamiji in your inner space and perform the Mula Bandha.
स्थानुसंयमितेन्द्रियो तलदशा पश्यन् भ्रुवोरन्तरं चैतन्मोक्षकपातभेदजनकं सिद्धासनं प्रोच्यते.
The next asana is Siddhi Asana. Now maintain the same position as in Siddhasana. Switch your gaze to the ground in front of you as you engage all the bandhas and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
वामपादके इडीजानो सीवनिमधितासुकोठानो.
The next asana is Rudrasana too. Keep your legs in the same position as Siddhi Asana. Rotate your hands on top of the knees into Bindu Mudra. Switch your gaze to the third eye. Visualize yourself as Lord Rudra as you perform the Mula Bandha.
वामचरण परिदक्षिणे दाखे एकजुगति ऐसे विधि दाखे.
Next up is Santadunasana. Now maintain the same position. Switch your gaze to the nose and embody tranquility and an unshakable nature.
आसन की गुण मन की चंचलता मीटे.
Next up is Siddhasana too. Maintain one heel on top of the other as you bring your hands to the navel, cupping your palms over the other, resembling a lotus flower in Samputa Mudra as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space and perform the Mula Bandha.
ऋजुकाय समासीन सिद्धासनमुदीरितम्.
The next asana is Bandha Yoni Asana. In this asana, we are going to perform the Shanmukhi Mudra, which can increase blood pressure. So if you have blood pressure related issues, don't perform this asana. At least pay attention to your body and practice caution. Now set your sankalpa of manifesting through the womb of creation as you maintain the same sitting posture, and then exhale fully as you bring your little fingers beneath the bottom lip, ring fingers above the upper lip, middle fingers closing the nostrils, ring fingers over the eyes, and the thumbs closing the ears.
मध्ये महादेव बन्धयोन्यासने शृणु.
The next asana is Virasana. Place one foot on the thigh and the other foot under the opposite thigh. Touch your thumb and index fingers together in Bindu Mudra. Place them on top of the knees as you embody the space and state of bravery. Vida.
एकं पादमथैकस्मिन् विन्यस्योरुणि संस्थितः.
The next asana is Valmikasana. Now keep the left heel on the right side of the regenerative organs and the toes under the thigh, with the right foot on top of the left, with the toes by the knee. Keep your hands on the knees, thumbs and index fingers touching. Gaze to your third eye and visualize sage Valmiki, the great poet, sage and author of Ramayana.
डावा पग की भगदली पुनि एड़ी है जोया.
The next asana is Joni Mudrasana. Now keep your legs in the same position. Switch your gaze to the nose as you visualize the Yoni Mandala, which is representing Devi Parashakti and is a representation of the creative energy of the universe.
वाम की भगदली जाहि माहिली कोर.
Next up is Yoni Asana. Keep your feet and hands in the same position as you switch your gaze to the third eye and keep visualizing the Yoni Mandala, which is projected on the screen.
योन्यासनं पर्वतेन योगं योगफलेनिलम्.
The next asana is Bhadrasana 3. As you sit and bring the soles of the feet together, holding them with both hands, bring your knees down towards the ground, gazing to the tip of your nose, visualizing Lord Virata in your inner space as you perform Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha.
गुल्भौ च वृषणस्यादः सीवन्त्याः पार्श्वयोः क्षिपेत्.
The next asana is Aghorasana. Now keep the soles of the feet together, heels at the perineum. Press your tongue up against the roof of your mouth or even higher, if you can, into the nasal tract in Kechari Mudra. Gaze to your third eye. As you cover your mouth with the right hand, close the left nostril with the index finger. Inhale through the right nostril, close both nostrils, and then hold your breath. After you exhale through the left nostril, repeat on the other side in Abhyantara Kumbhaka. As you gaze to your third eye, visualize yourself as a Naghori. Next up is Kanadi Pavasana. Bring the feet together in front, with the toes together and the heels apart. Place your elbows onto the heels. As you rest your chin on the palms, gaze to the tip of your nose and engage Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha. As you perform Rechaka Kumbhaka, fully exhale and hold your breath in the exhaled state as you visualize yourself as a female elephant drinking water.
वाली पाव आसन कख्यो है जैसे याहू में जाने विधि जैसे.
Next up is Padasana. Now sit with the knees raised, arms between the thighs and calves, and interlace your fingers as you lift your feet off the mat. Gaze to the nose and visualize Swamiji in your inner space as you perform the Mula Bandha. The next asana is Gopi Chandasana. Now interlace your fingers around the feet with the soles together and place the toes at the groove of your throat, the heels on your chest. Tuck your chin onto the hands and gaze to the nose, embodying the state and space of a king as you perform the Mula Bandha. The next asana is Uddarasana. Now sit with the soles of the feet together. Insert your hands underneath the legs as you hold the feet with interlocked fingers. Bring your feet up to the chest. Bring your head down and touch the chin to the soles as you gaze to the tip of the nose and visualize your body free from any defects. Next asana is Vishishtasana. From the same position, raise your feet up even higher. Bring your feet in front of your face with the interlocked fingers in front of your forehead. Visualize yourself excelling in everything as you perform the Mula Bandha.
दो उपकतली जोड़ी संपुट करे.
The next asana is Bhujasana. From a seated position, lift both legs over top of the respective shoulders as you bring your arms underneath the legs and up, interlacing your fingers around the back of your neck. Visualize yourself as a cobra as you perform the Mula Bandha.
शिरासनं तो विज्ञेयं कक्षासनमतः परम्.
The next asana is Kalyanasana. Now maintain a seated posture, raise your legs up, and bring your elbows under the knees as you wrap your arms around your back with the palms clasped behind. Gaze to the tip of your nose and visualize yourself as a beautiful, auspicious goddess.
दो हाथ भगों बीच आने, तिनको घोड़ा नीचे ठाने.
The next asana is Sankatasana. With the left knee on the mat, place the left foot flat on the ground and sit down on the left heel. As you bring the right leg over top of the left, heel close to the hip. Visualize yourself as a swan as you perform the Ujjayi pranayama, making an ocean-like sound with your mouth as you perform the Mula Bandha.
वामपादं चितेर्मूलं संन्यस्य धरणीतले.
The next asana is Dhenukrasana. Now slide the heel outside of the hip. Visualize a cow in your inner space as you keep your hands on top of the knees. Perform Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha.
अनुषागी नगर पंचडम ऋषिन्दगल्यम्नि.
The next asana is Matsyendrasana. Now place the right foot on the left thigh and the left foot on the right knee. Bring the left hand behind your back and hold onto the right thigh. As you place the right hand on the left thigh, twist your body and gaze to your third eye, visualizing Swamiji in your inner space and performing the Mula Bandha. Straighten both knees to the side, hold onto the feet and gaze in the opposite direction.
वरिवृत्ति कुक्षिभागे त्रिदाहि परिकीर्तितः.
Now come back to the neutral position, arms extended out to the sides and the knees pulled to your chest. As you drop the other knee towards the ground, extending the other leg down. Now bring both knees to the side and extend both knees to the side, gazing in the opposite direction.
वरिवृत्ति कुक्षिभागे त्रिदाहि परिकीर्तितः.
Next up is the Dvipadapitam. As you lay on your back, bend your knees and place your feet flat on the ground. Hold onto your ankles and lift your hips up, gazing to the nose and visualizing yourself as sturdy as a bridge. As you start breathing in the Mocha Kumbhaka, as you keep the Jalandhara Bandha engaged while exhaling, force the air out through the throat lock gently. This will bring about a state of swooning in the yogi. Perform the Mula Bandha as you do so.
प्रतिक्रियायुतं द्वन्द्वपीठः सर्वबलप्रदम्.
Next up is Palyankasana. Laying on your back with the feet flat on the mat, bring your arms over your head and place your hands flat on the mat as well, with the fingers pointing towards your feet. Lift your entire body up off the ground as you visualize yourself as sturdy as stone furniture. Breathe through your nose in Sahaja Kumbhaka as you perform the Mula Bandha.
उत्तानचैनं हस्ततलाभ्यां भूमिमवष्टभ्य.
The next asana is Shvatanasana. Lay on your back with the knees to your chest. With the hands on the respective shoulders, move your hips in a circular motion and visualize that you're a dog playfully laying on its back. Perform the Mula Bandha as you do so.
शरीरं संस्थाप्य जानुनी सम्मील्य नाभवानीय.
Next up is the Viparita Karani. Lie supine, raise your hips and legs up as you extend your hands down on the mat below, helping you balance your body as your legs are raised up. Move your legs in a circular motion as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space and keep Jalandhara Bandha and Mula Bandha engaged.
भूतले सशिरो दत्त्वा ये चरणद्वयम्.
Next up is the Viparita Karani too. Now stop the movement of your legs. Keep them pointing up straight as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
Karani viparitaakhya sarvadhivyadhinashini.
Next up is Langalasana. As you lay on your back, lift your hips and take your feet over the head with the toes on the floor. Stretch your hands out on the ground behind your back. Clasp your palms, rest on your neck and shoulders. As you visualize yourself as a plow, breathe in Mocha Kumbhaka with Jalandhara Bandha and Mula Bandha engaged.
Diva kantena bhumim vishtambha padagradvayam urdhamunnajet.
The next asana is Sajita Paschimottanasana. As you lie on your back in the same position, bring your hands to the feet. Pull your thighs to the chest and hold on to the toes as you keep your arms and legs straight. This is one of the 84 different asanas revealed directly by Lord Paramashiva himself. Visualize Paramashiva as you perform Jalandhara Bandha and Mula Bandha.
Tanam shahitvat kurvita shahitapaschimottanakam.
Next up is Supta Konasana. Maintaining the same position, bring your hip over top of the shoulder level and open your legs wide apart. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Perform Jalandhara Bandha and Mula Bandha.
Parivritti kokshe bhage tridahi parikirtitaha.
The next asana is Chakrasana. Now bring your legs over top of your head, toes on the ground, hold onto the ankles of the feet and roll onto your back, keeping your legs straight. Visualize yourself as a chakra, a wheel, as you perform Jalandhara Bandha and Mula Bandha. Next up is Supta Prasarita Parangushtasana. As you lay on your back with the legs vertical, hold on to the big toes and then open your leg. Visualize Swami as you return to breathing in Ujjayi pranayama, making an ocean-like sound with your mouth.
Uttanabadam kroncham cha marichim veerabhadrakam.
The next asana is Supta Parangushtasana. Now, hold onto the big toes and join your feet together above your body, keeping your legs straight and your arms straight as well. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space and perform the Mula Bandha.
Uttanabadam kroncham cha marichim veerabhadrakam.
The next asana is Matsyasana. From Supta Parangushtasana, move your legs into Padmasana and lay on your back, holding onto the opposite elbows over your head. Gaze to the nose and visualize Matsya, the fish avatar of Vishnu. Matsyasana.
Mukta padmasanam krutva uttana shailan charet.
The next asana is Parasharamasana. Laying on your back with the legs in Padmasana, place the backside of the right hand onto the left palm. Gaze to the nose and visualize Rama in your inner space as you perform the Mula Bandha.
Pratamakare padmasana ache sudoso ve bhuparipache.
The next asana is Sarvangasana. While laying on your back, legs in Padmasana, lift your hips and legs up. Bring your hands to the hips, supporting you with the elbows on the floor. As you tuck your chin to the chest in Jalandhara Bandha, contract the perineal region in Mula Bandha. Gaze to the nose and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
Athava kshetra samkshepat sarvangasanam uttamam.
Next up is Vrishchikasana. As you lay on your back, one foot on the opposite thigh, lift the other knee towards your head, extend both arms up above your head, and hook the fingers forward, gazing to your third eye and visualizing yourself as a scorpion.
Pratamashena sudho shishike shiki sandhi sudakhe.
Now exchange the position of your feet. Repeat Vrishchikasana on the other side.
Pratamashena sudho shishike shiki sandhi sudakhe.
The next asana is Vrishapadakshipasana. Now lay on your back and interlace your fingers around the neck as you lift both feet off the ground, extending one leg straight and the other knee pulled to the chest. Alternate extending and raising the knee again and again, visualizing Swamiji in your inner space and breathing calmly through your nose in Sahajya Kumbhaka.
उत्तानशयनं कृत्वा अङ्गुलिभिः कन्द्रां बद्ध्वा.
The next asana is Marottanasana. Lay on your back and lift your legs one by one up, touching the knees to your ears as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
शोत्तानवत् संस्थितिः कृत्वा जानुद्वयं पर्यायेन कर्णयोः संस्पृशेत्.
Next up is Vrikasana. While laying on your back, place the sole of the feet flat on the ground. Stand up and then sit back down, visualizing yourself as a wolf.
अथ उत्तानशयनं कृत्वा पादतलाभ्यां भूमिं धृत्वा.
The next asana is Luthasana. Lay on your back and quickly throw your legs up above your head. Completely roll over. Repeat this again and again, visualizing Swamiji in your inner space. Finish in a prone position.
उत्तानशयनं पादौ शिर उल्लङ्घ्य.
As you lay flat on your belly with the toes extended and the hands on the ground by your shoulders, contract your lips and make the sound of a flute, whistling while inhaling in Saladhasana pranayama. Visualize yourself as a chariot, carrying warriors into a battle for Dharma on your chariot back.
युज्यशयनं कृत्वा नाभिं भूमौ निधाय.
The next asana is Dehalyolanganasana. Now push your body up into Talakshvasana, the plank position, as you jump your legs forward and back between the arms again and again. Visualize yourself go beyond the body and mind.
हस्तद्वयं बद्ध्वा तन्मध्यचरणद्वयम् उड्डानैव बहिरानीज्य.
The next asana is Jatyasana. From a standing position, bend forward and place your hands on the mat, walking back and forth as you visualize yourself as a wise 60-year-old elephant.
अथ जात्यासनं वक्ष्ये येन जातिस्मरो भवेत्.
Next up is the Luritika Karana. Stand with your knees bent, feet pointing outwards, and bend your elbows. Keep your hands at the chest level. Swiftly move your arms across your body and then bring them back to the center. Tilt your head back, open up your chest towards the sky, and move your head in all directions. The next asana is Sarapasana. As you tie your feet with a rope, stand erect like a rod. Keep your arms at the side of your body with the hands touching your thighs. Visualize that your Kundalini, Devi, is raising and curling upwards around your body. As you breathe calmly through your nose in Sahajya Kumbhaka, leading the prana along your spine, contract the perineal region. Force the Kundalini Shakti up. As you internally chant Om Nityananda Paramashivoham.
अथ सर्पासनं वक्ष्ये वायुपाणाय केवलम्.
The next asana is Ushtrasadhanasana. While standing, place all fingers on the mat and then stand on your hands. Keep your feet on the fists as you begin to move and walk like a camel. Visualize yourself as a camel as you walk around on the mat.
मुष्टिकनिष्ठिकाप्रदेशेन भूमौ निधाय उपरिपादतले संस्थाप्य.
The next asana is Ashvasana. Maintain the same position. Walk around on the hands as you visualize yourself as a horse.
मुष्टिकनिष्ठिकाप्रदेशेन भूमौ निधाय.
The next asana is Kapota Nitakasana. As you stand straight with the feet together, interlace your hands behind your back, Padusha Mudra. Pull them down towards your calves as you open up your chest widely. Visualize yourself as a soaring bird diving.
पादतले भूमौ निधाय.
Next up is the Tala Pushpa Putam Karana. Stand tall with the palms together in Namaskara Mudra as you gently bend your knees and keep the toes pointing outwards. Simultaneously open up the palms and raise one heel off the ground as you slightly lower the waist and shoulder of the respective heel, bowing to both sides, as you visualize you're holding a bouquet of flowers and offering it to Paramashiva. Next asana is Khadgasana. As you lay down on your stomach, jump your feet up towards your hands and stand. As you bring the palms together, forming the horn of the rhinoceros in Namaskara Mudra, visualizing yourself as a rhinoceros and gaze to the nose.
नुजसरतमासनं कृत्वा पादतलाभ्यां भूमिम् अवष्टभ्य.
Next up is the Uttanottanam. Hold onto weights if you want to intensify this asana. Now sit down all the way or as low as you can to the ground and stand back up. Do this again and again as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
पुनः उत्थातव्यम् असितव्यम् इति उत्थानोत्थानं भवति.
The next asana is Musalasana. Now stand up straight, raise your arms up over your head and jump repeatedly as you visualize yourself as a mace.
सरलं स्थित्वा ऊर्ध्वं बाहु नयेत्.
The next asana is Utshesakasana. From a standing position, pull the sole of the foot towards your chest, while with the other leg sit down and stand back up. Alternate on both sides as you gaze to the nose and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
एकैकं पादतलं कुक्षौ निधाय.
Next up is the Parshvajanukarana. Now stand and keep one leg slightly bent with the toes pointing to the side. Bend and lift the opposite knee towards your chest, pointing the toes downwards. Keep your arms holding the knee with a hand in a fist as you place the other hand on top of the respective thigh with the fingers pointing inwards. The next asana is Tandavasana. You can hold weights to intensify this asana. Visualize yourself fiercely dancing as Lord Shiva as you stand on one leg with the opposite leg extended forward. Lower your body down to the mat and then stand back up straight.
एकेन पादेन स्थातव्यं ताण्डवासनं भवति.
The next asana is Brahmanasana. Now place one foot onto the opposite thigh as you stand erect on the mat like a rod. Keep your hands by the sides, visualizing yourself being blessed by Lord Brahma.
ब्राह्मणासनमावक्ष्ये यत्कृत्वा ब्राह्मणो भवेत्.
The next asana is Garudasana 3. Stand tall and wrap the left leg over and around the right knee as you tuck the left toes on the other side of the right calf. Simultaneously cross the left arm below the right and bring the palms together in Namaskara Mudra in front of your heart as you visualize yourself as Lord Garuda.
उत्तानकूर्मपीठं च संहिमस्गारुडमेव च.
The next asana is Ekapadasana. Now bring the leg to the other thigh as you keep the hands hanging down by the sides towards the knees. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
दक्षाङ्घ्रिं वामपादस्य जङ्घोपरि निधाय च.
The next asana is Dhruvasana. Stand on the right leg and hold onto the big toes of the left foot as you straighten the left leg out to the side and visualize yourself as the North Pole Star as you rotate on the standing leg.
एकेन हस्तेन दण्डरूपस्य एकस्य पादस्य अग्रं धृत्वा.
The next asana is Trivikramasana. Stand on the right leg and lift the left foot behind your neck if you can. Then stand tall. Otherwise, you can pull the leg towards your chest. Then alternate standing and sitting. Perform the 3 steps of Vishnu as you visualize Lord Vishnu in your inner space.
एकेन पादेन स्थातव्यम् उत्थातव्यम्.
Now repeat the Parshvajanukarana on the other side. Now visualize yourself fiercely dancing as Lord Shiva as you repeat Tandavasana on the other side.
पादेन स्थातव्यं ताण्डवासनं भवति.
Now repeat Brahmanasana on the other side.
ब्राह्मणासनमावक्ष्ये यत्कृत्वा ब्राह्मणो भवेत्.
And repeat Garudasana 3 on the other side.
नगुर्मपीठं च सिंहस्गारुडमेव च.
Now bring your foot to the opposite hip with the hands hanging down as you repeat Ekapadasana on the other side.
दक्षाङ्घ्रिं वामपादस्य जङ्घोपरि निधाय च.
Now hold on to the opposite foot, holding the big toe in Prana Mudra as you rotate your body on the mat, visualizing yourself as the North Pole Star in Dhruvasana.
एकेन हस्तेन दण्डरूपस्य एकस्य पादस्याग्रं धृत्वा.
Now repeat Trivikramasana on the other side. Bring the other leg behind your neck if you can. Sit down and stand back up while visualizing Lord Vishnu blessing you from within.
ग्रीवायां पादं संस्थाप्य स्थातव्यम् उत्थातव्यं त्रिविक्रमासनं भवति.
Next up is the Samanaka Karana. Stand with the feet close together, toes pointed slightly out. Keep both hands to the sides of your body as you stand straight on the mat and relax. After this intense asana practice, this intense sequence, breathe deeply as we enter into the final 100 asanas of the sequence. The next asana is Ugora Kajali Asana. Stand erect and then bend forward. Bring both hands underneath the knees and make a finger lock in Padusha Mudra as you sit in a squatting posture, and then let the finger lock touch your navel. Visualize Sage Goraknath, the founder of the Nata Yoga Hindu Sampradaya, as you perform the Jivachala Kumbhaka, forcefully moving the retained prana up and down within your body and throughout your limbs, along with the mind. Perform the Mula Bandha as you do so and internally chant Om Nityananda Paramashivoham.
प्रथम ही उभो होए बाहुरी नीचो पुनि होवे.
The next asana is Kanchira Asana. Now insert your hands between the thighs and calves and then wrap them around behind your butt, interlacing your fingers behind your back. Keep your chest upright. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
ऊर्ध्वमध्यात् हस्तौ निवेशय नितम्बं धृत्वा.
The next asana is Bhairu Asana. Now bring your feet together and sit in a squatting posture with the heels touching the perineum. Hold the hands at the back. In Parusha Mudra, sit upright and gaze to your navel, visualizing Bhagavan Kala Bhairava, the Lord of Time.
दो उपक की धैर्या की माहिली को मिलाई.
Next up is Varahasana. Now squat all the way down to the ground. Keep your feet together, toes apart. Bring your elbows up close to your head and join your palms behind your back with fingers pointing down. Gaze to the nose and visualize a boar, which is one of the 10 incarnations of Mahavishnu.
पागदली की माहिली को मिलाई फना पानी उकड़बई से.
The next asana is Pripitasana. With the heels touching, bring your hips to the same level as your knees. Let your hands hang down. Hold on to the big toes in Prana Mudra as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space and perform the Mula Bandha.
पार्श्वद्वयं मील्य स्थित्वा नितम्बं जानुप्रदेश आनीय.
Next up is Bakasana. Now place your hands on the mat, fingers wide, and place your knees onto the back of your arms with the eyes forward. Lean forward and down, lifting your feet off the ground as you visualize yourself as a crow.
हस्ताभ्याम अवनिमवष्टभ्याम.
The next asana is Sushtanga Kapali Asana. Now kneel down, head on the ground with the palms spread for support. Raise your body on your head and place your legs into Padmasana as you gaze to the nose and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
आसन को गुण कपाल आछो होई.
The next asana is Guptasana. Lower your body down onto the mat and sit in a kneeling position. Keep your toes touching behind and sit in between the heels. As you place your hands on the knees, sit straight and gaze to the nose as you visualize you are sitting in the secret seat with Paramashiva and Guru.
ध्यानोर्वोरन्तरे पादौ कृत्वा पादौ च गोपयेत्.
The next asana is Vrikshasana too. This is another inverted posture. So if you have any blood pressure related issues, please take precautions. If you need aid in support performing this asana, if you have a partner available, they can aid you. Otherwise, you can use a wall for support. You can walk the wall up and down. This is a progression where you can increase your arm strength and finally be able to perform this asana yourself. Now, place your hands on the ground, shoulder width apart, and lift your body up straight into a handstand. Visualize you're a tree with deep roots into the ground as you breathe calmly in Sahaja Kumbhaka.
सप्तचक्रक्षालनाद्य वृक्षासन विशेषकान्.
Next up is Shiva Asana. Move your hands closer together and again enter the handstand posture. Visualize Tejas energy is flowing to your third eye. As you gaze up to your third eye, the Tejas energy will rejuvenate your body.
दो पग जोड़ी माही गुल्फ मिलाए.
The next asana is Matsyasana too. Now visualize yourself as a fish as you enter a plank position. Lower your body down to the mat and push it back up again and again as you engage the Mula Bandha.
दिव्यं शयनं कूर्परो पार्श्वभागायाम् ऊर्ध्वकृत्य.
Next up is Sarpasana too. Lie prone on your belly with the hands on the hips and lift your chest to the left and right, visualizing and moving your body like a snake.
दिव्यं शयनं कृत्वा हस्तौ नितम्बं संस्थाप्य.
Next up is Nidalambanasana. Lay prone on your belly with the hands in Padma Mudra, the lotus mudra, holding onto the chin. Keep the toes pointing backwards, feet together, as you feel self-supported and completely independent.
कराभ्यां भङ्गजं कृत्वा तिष्ठेत् कूर्परया सुधीः.
The next asana is Chakrasana. As you lay on your stomach, place your hands flat on the mat in front. Straighten your arms and bend your knees. Bring the feet towards the upper back and lift your head and chest up, visualizing yourself as an umbrella protecting your guru from the sun rays.
अर्ध्यासनवत् स्थित्वा हस्ततलाभ्यां भूमिं वष्टभ्य.
The next asana is Vajrasana. Now sit on the knees with the tops of the feet flat on the mat. Bring your butt onto the heels. Stretch your arms out in front and place the palms facing down as you bring your forehead to the mat. Gaze to the nose. Visualize yourself as Vajra, the weapon of Indra, symbolizing your indestructibility.
इदानीं गर्भिणीनां योगाभ्यासो यथा लघु.
Next asana is Meshasana. Now place your hands flat on the ground, shoulder width apart, and raise your hips up high into Gajasana. Then alternate striking the ground with your hands as you experience yourself as powerful as a ram.
गजासन संस्थितो एकैकं बाहुं भूमौ ताडयेत्.
The next asana is Ajasana. From Gajasana position, lift your legs up into the air and slowly bring your forehead to the ground. Visualize yourself as unborn, existing for all eternity.
गजासन संस्थितो पादद्वयम् अन्तराले कृत्य.
The next asana is Dhanantarasana. As you sit on your heels with the legs together, interlace your fingers around the toes. Fold the feet towards your perineum and then place your hands on the respective knees. Keep your spine straight, gaze to the nose as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space and return to breathing in Ujjayi pranayama, making an ocean-like sound with your mouth.
पूर्व विधि परिहाता की काकसीस्यो भणा शरामोडी.
Next up is the Angamotanam. Interlace your fingers in front of your body and then behind you, stretching your arms forward to the sides and backwards as you give massage to various different joints and muscles within your body. Visualize Swamiji as you do so.
हस्तयोः अंगुले बद्ध्वा हस्तयोर्मध्यात् सर्वमंगं निष्कासयित्वा.
Next up is Garudasana form. Now sit on your heels in Vajrasana as you turn your feet out to the sides. Keep your thighs and knees resting on the ground. Keep your spine straight, hands on the knees. Visualize yourself as Lord Garuda, flying Lord Vishnu and Lakshmi on his back.
जग्गोरुभ्यां धरां पीड्य स्थिरकायो द्विजानुनाम्.
Next up is Ananda Mandirasana. Now sit with your legs folded back, the toes pointing backwards, the knees wide, with the hands below the ankles. Keep the front of your buttocks on the ground as you gaze to your third eye and visualize yourself residing in the blissful space of a temple.
अथ वक्षे वीरनाथ आनन्दमन्दिरासनम्.
Next up is Mandukasana 2. Now sit with the knees wide, the feet overlapping on top of your ankles. Keep your hands underneath the knees, gaze to the nose, and visualize yourself as a frog as you perform Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha.
पृष्ठं संपीड्य गुल्फाभ्यां जान्वङ्गे सवलयाकृतिः.
The next asana is Narasimhasana. As you keep your toes on the mat with the heels up and together, place your perineum on top of the heels. Keep your palms on the ground with the fingers spread wide apart, thumbs touching the base of the hand, touching the toes. Gaze to your nose, stick your tongue out and exhale forcefully. Visualize Narasimha, one of the 10 avatars of Vishnu, as you perform the Mula Bandha. The next asana is Vishrakasana. Sit on the toes and place your perineum on the heels as you separate your knees and place them on the ground. Make a hollow of your palms and place it on your mouth. Keep your thumbs under the teeth and close your lips. Gaze to your nose. Inhale through the right nostril and exhale through your mouth as per your capacity in Vishraka Pranayama. Visualize yourself as Devi, presiding over any and all minuscule fears you might have. The next asana is Makadasana. Now bring the soles together, the top of the feet on the ground. As you sit on the heels, bend your elbows, bring your fingers to the armpits, and imitate as if you were a monkey stretching itself. Visualize yourself as a playful monkey as you gaze to your third eye and perform the Mula Bandha. The next asana is Vajrasangarasana. Stand on the toes with the soles of the feet together. Sit on the heels, keep your knees wide and off the floor. Hold your elbows behind your back as you gaze to the nose. Embody a diamond-like strength for yourself and your Sangha, your spiritual community. The next asana is Kanjanasana. Now keep the toes down, ankles crossed behind, and sit on the heels. Place your palms on the mat to the sides as you gaze to the nose and visualize perfect health beyond any and all physical or mental ailments. The next asana is Kurmasana, the turtle posture. With your toes flat, cross your feet and place your perineum onto the back of the heels. Keep your knees wide and on the floor. Rest your hands on the knees. Gaze to the nose and visualize a turtle with a stable body and mind to live for hundreds of years. The next asana is Yogasana. With the toes flat, cross your feet and place your perineum onto the back of the heels. Gaze to your nose and visualize Swamiji in your inner space. The next asana is Vijogasana. Now stand on your knees, cross your ankles behind, with the feet near the opposite knee. Hold the calves with the fingers inside and the thumbs outside as you gaze to your third eye and visualize a space of eternal oneness, Advaita, with your Guru.
घोड़ा वामो उभय होई घोड़ा आड़ा राखे दोई.
The next asana is Ushtrasana 2. In a kneeling position, bend backwards, hold your ankles with your hands and keep your arms straight. Push your hips forward and tilt your head back as you visualize yourself as a camel.
मेरुदंड ग्रंथि दाढ़्य संविपादय शिष्पुमान.
Next up is Jatyasana 2. With the heels together and the hands on the soles of the feet, slowly lean back. Bring the elbows down to the mat, followed by the back of your head. Gaze to the nose and experience yourself as a lotus blooming.
दो एड़ी संपुट करे सोले मूल द्वारी धरे.
Next up is Viratasana. Sit on the knees with the thighs and calves together. Lean back and touch your back to the ground. Then rise back up. Do this again and again as you visualize the healing and liberation of all causal subtle forms of your body. Gaze to the nose and perform the Mula Bandha.
जंगा पृष्ठभूमो निधाय जंगोदरयोः ऊरुनि संस्थाप्य.
Next asana is Kapotasana. From Viratasana, raise your hips higher. Bring your forearms to the mat and hold the back of the heels. As you bring your head in between the feet, visualize yourself as a beautiful dove and perform the Mula Bandha.
मेरुदंड ग्रंथि दाढ़्य संविपादय शिष्पुमान.
The next asana is Vadasana. Now stand upright on the knees with the toes tucked. Hold your arms with opposite hands and gaze to the nose. This is the boon fulfilling posture. Receive your boon from Paramashiva.
जानुनि भूमौ संस्थाप्य हस्ताभ्यां बाहु परस्परं धृत्वा.
Next up is Vadahasana 2. Keep your knees together, toes tucked behind. Lean forward as you bring the elbows to the mat. With your hands holding the head, rest your buttocks on the heels and visualize yourself as Varaha, the boar incarnation of Mahavishnu.
सूर्यं चन्द्रं भेदनानि आसनानि निकथ्यते.
The next asana is Mundasana. This is another inverted posture. Use a wall for support if needed. Now kneel down, place your elbows on the mat, shoulder width apart. Interlace your fingers and place your head onto the mat, supporting it with both hands. Walk your feet forward until your hips align with the shoulders and then raise your legs straight up. Be stable. Gaze to the nose. Visualize yourself as a lopped tree as you breathe calmly through your nose in Sahadra Kumbhaka in Mundasana.
अधो मुंडासनं वक्षे सर्वेषां प्राणिनां सुखम्.
Next asana is Andhasana. In a kneeling position, place your head in between the knees and the elbows outside of the knees. Hold your head with both hands, gaze to the nose, and visualize Swamiji in your inner space as you breathe through your mouth and perform the Mula Bandha.
प्रथम भगदली समठारावे कोरमा हिली उभे मिलावे.
The next asana is Viparita Shalabhasana. You can hold weights to intensify this asana. As you lie on your belly with the arms extended straight out, lift your thighs, arms, and chest off the ground. Visualize yourself as a locust and perform the Mula Bandha.
शलभासन भेदाश्च नटभेरुण्ड नामके.
The next asana is Kapalasana. Lie on your belly with the arms at the side, palms facing down. Keep your forehead on the ground and keep your chest on the mat as you lift your legs up together. Visualize yourself as a skull, representing the mind with purified thoughts and the strong will to attain enlightenment.
कपालं भूमो निधाय ऊर्ध्वं पादौ नयेत्.
The next asana is Akasha Kapotasana. As you lay on your stomach, keep your hands by the sides and lift your legs up over your head. As you slowly place your feet on the mat in front of your head, keep the palms flat on the mat behind, visualizing yourself as a free and open dove. As you breathe in Sahasrara Kumbhaka and perform the Mula Bandha.
उष्ट्रासने स्थित्वा चरणौ भूमेरुत्थाप्य.
The next asana is Chatakasana. As you sit on your knees, bring the chest down so the navel touches the knees and keep your hands and elbows flat on the ground. Be sturdy. Visualize yourself as a sparrow as you perform the Mula Bandha.
पूर्वपर्यन्तौ हस्तौ धरामवष्टभ्य.
The next asana is a Vrishchikasana too. Now kneel down, keep your hands and elbows on the mat as you raise your legs, bend your back to touch the feet onto your head. Lift your chin and hold as you visualize yourself as a scorpion.
विच्छेवपुच्छप्रतिमाङ्घ्रिपार्श्वे धृत्वा स्वशीर्षे चिबुकं विधार्यकौ.
Now place the perineum down on the right heel as you keep the left foot outside of the hip with the toes pointing outwards. Now visualize yourself as a bull as you start breathing in the Antarangaka Kumbhaka, forcefully inhaling through your nose, holding the breath for a short while and then exhaling slowly.
याम्यगुल्फे पादमूले वामभागे पदेतरम्.
The next asana is Lulasana. From the kneeling position, place your hands flat on the mat in front. Lift your knees off the ground and cross the toes over the left. The left toes over the right as you balance above the mat and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
लोलासनं सदा कुर्यात् वायुलोलापघातनात्.
Now directly place your perineum down on the other heel as you repeat Vrishasana on the other side.
याम्यगुल्फे पादमूले वामभागे पदेतरम्.
Next up is Balagunasana. Now place the left toes on the ground and sit on the heel of the left foot. Place the right foot flat on the ground with the knee raised against the chest. Keep your palms on the respective knees as you maintain an upright position. Visualize Balagunahai, one of the 84 siddhas in your inner space.
आसन को गुण जल बिकार जाई.
Next up is Grahasana. Squat with the feet flat on the mat. As you bring your elbows under the thighs, wrap your hands around the shins and hold onto your ankles from the outside. Visualize yourself as the entire planet.
पादतले भूमौ संस्थाप्य जानुमध्ये हस्तगुर्परौ स्थाप्य.
Next up is Balagunasana on the other side. Visualize Balagunahai, one of the 84 siddhas in your inner space.
आसन को गुण जल बिकार जाई.
Next up is Utkatasana. You can use weights to intensify this asana. As you squat on your toes with the heels up, the knees off the mat, place your perineum onto the heels and your hands on the respective knees. Keep your spine upright, visualize Swamiji in your inner space and perform the Mula Bandha.
विजास्पिजोस्येत ऊर्वजानु यत्रासने पादतलद्वयोपरि.
Next up is Vajrasangarasana too. Now sit on the toes with the perineum on the heels, the soles of the feet together. Keep the knees wide and off the ground as you hold the opposite elbows behind your back. Gaze forward as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
प्रथम प्राणापानी होए जैसे दो एडिकुदानि वैसे.
The next asana is Anilasana. Now squat or sit with the feet hip-width apart, with the hands under the soles of the feet from the inside. Palms facing down. Keep your arms straight, elbows at the navel, and gaze to the nose as you visualize you are able to consume and live off of air alone.
दो हाथ भूमि पर उठाने, कहनी जाड़ी ना भी लगाने.
Next up is Padukasana. Now place the back of your hands on the mat with the fingers facing towards your body. Step the feet on top of the hands with your hands wrapped around the feet like a shoe. Start walking around on your mat as you visualize you're wearing padukas walking across India.
हस्ततलयोः पादतले कृत्वा
Next up is Kukkuttanasana. Now place your palms on the mat, raise both feet upwards into the air, and let them fall back down. Do this again and again as you visualize yourself as a rooster.
हस्ततले भूमौ कृत्वा पादतले च ऊर्ध्वमुड्डानं कृत्वा.
Next up is Viparita Nrityasana. Now place your hands on the mat and raise your legs upwards into a handstand. As you move around on two hands dancing, feel yourself become free of all inhibitions.
हस्ततलाभ्यां भूमिं वष्टभ्याम्.
Next up is Kunjarasana. Now separate your feet and place one palm down on the mat with the arm straight. Bring the opposite arm towards your head. Be stable. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Breathe calmly in Sahadra Kumbhaka and perform the Mula Bandha.
अथ पक्षे महादेव कुञ्जरासनमुत्तमम्.
Now exchange the position of your hands. Repeat Kunjarasana on the other side.
पक्षे महादेव कुञ्जरासनमुत्तमम्.
Next asana is Kadambasana. Sit on the ground with your feet flat and the heels close to your body. Hold the respective ankles with your hands as you lift your feet off the ground and visualize yourself as a Kadamba tree, a pious tree that promotes a long life.
पार्श्वभ्यां भूमिं वष्टभ्य हस्तद्वयेन गुल्फौ धृत्वा.
Next up is Pavana Muktasana. Now sit with the heels at the perineum, hold the knees with your hands and press them towards your chest. Visualize any excess water being released or balanced within your system as you perform the Mula Bandha.
स्तुपादयोः पाणिं लात्वा स्वस्वनितम्बके.
The next asana is Chakodasana. Now sit and lift one leg behind your head as you place both hands flat on the mat. Extend the opposite leg up with the knee straight as you lift your entire body up off the ground. Keep your chin up, gaze to your third eye, and visualize yourself as a powerful source of energy.
पूर्वदानं च दुष्पादपीठं वज्रासनं तथा.
The next asana is Dhanurasana too. As you sit on the ground, hold the respective big toes in Prana Mudra. As you keep one leg straight and pull the other foot towards your ear, visualizing yourself as a ball.
पादाङ्गुष्ठौ तु पाणिभ्यां गृहीत्वा श्रवणावधि.
The next asana is Ashtavakrasana. Now lift the left leg over top of the left shoulder and bring the right foot across. Hook it over the left foot. Lean forward and down while extending the legs out to the side. Lift up your head and chest, find balance and visualize yourself as a flying crane.
पाशिष्ठमदकौण्डिन्यम् ऊर्ध्वकुक्कुटमेव च.
The next asana is Pranasana. Now place the right foot on the left thigh and bring the left foot flat on the ground as you have the left shoulder underneath the raised left leg and place your hands flat on the ground. Press the right knee down with the right hand as you gaze to your third eye and visualize you're immortal and able to exist solely from prana.
एतत् प्रभेदं वक्ष्यामि करोति यस्य चामरः.
Next up is Parshva Matsyendrasana. Now keep one leg bent on the ground with a foot at the opposite hip and bring the other leg over top as you twist your body around the raised knee and interlace your hands below the raised knee. Gaze to your third eye and visualize the great sage and yogi Matsyendranath, the master of Hatha Yoga.
वामोरुमूलार्पित दक्षपादो जान्वो बहिर्वेष्टित दक्षदोष्णा.
Now repeat Chakodasana on the other side. Now sit and lift the other leg behind your neck, keeping your hands at the side and raising your whole body up with the other leg extended, gazing to your third eye and visualizing yourself as a powerful source of energy.
पूर्वतानं चतुष्पादपीठं वज्रासनं तथा.
Now repeat Dhanurasana 2 on the other side, holding the big toes of both feet in Prana Mudra as you pull the opposite foot towards your ear, visualizing yourself as a bow.
पादाङ्गुष्ठोदपाणिभ्यां गृहीत्वा श्रवणावधि.
Now repeat Ashtavakrasana on the other side. Now lift the right leg over top of the right shoulder, cross the left foot over the right, and extend the legs out to the side, balancing as you visualize yourself as a flying crane.
आशिष्टमतकौण्डिन्यमूर्धकुक्कुटमेव च.
Now repeat Pranasana on the other side. Bring the other foot over top, shoulder underneath, push the knee down and place the other one on the ground as you visualize yourself being immortal and able to exist solely from prana.
एतत् प्रभेदं वक्ष्यामि करोति यस्य चामरः.
Now repeat Parshvamatsendrasana on the other side, bringing one heel to the opposite hip, the other leg over top of the knee as you twist your body around and bring your hands underneath and interlace the fingers behind your back, twisting your body even further, gazing up to your third eye and visualizing Matsyendranath.
वामोरुमूलार्पित दक्षपादो जान्वो बहिर्वेष्टित दक्षदोष्णा.
Next up is Ardha Paschimottanasana. As you keep one leg straight and press the perineum with one heel, lean your chest forward and down, hold onto the front foot and bring your head towards the knee. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
एकं पादं प्रसार्य एकं पादस्य पार्श्वनासीवनी सम्पीड्य.
Next up is Kranchasana. Now place your left ankle outside of the hip, hold the sole of the right foot and lift the leg up towards your forehead. Keep the knees straight, visualize yourself as a crane as you engage the Mula Bandha.
उत्थानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकम्.
Now repeat Ardha Paschimottanasana on the other side, keeping the opposite heel against the perineum, leaning forward and down. Perform the Jivachala Kumbhaka, moving the prana up and down within your body.
एकं पादं प्रसार्य एकं पादस्य पार्श्वनासीवनी सम्पीड्य.
Now repeat Kranchasana on the other side. As you bring the other heel outside of the hip, extend the opposite leg up, holding the foot with the knee straight, visualizing yourself as a crane.
उत्थानपादं क्रौञ्चं च मरीचिं वीरभद्रकम्.
Next asana is Swastikasana. Now sit with the soles between the thighs and calves. Keep your spine straight, the palms resting on the knees. Gaze to the tip of the nose and embody peace, well-being, good fortune, and prosperity as you visualize a swastika.
तानूर्भोरन्तरे सम्यक् कृत्वा पादतले उभे.
Next up is Gorakshasana. As you keep your feet in the same position, cover your heels with the respective hands. Tuck your chin to the chest and gaze to the tip of your nose, visualizing the great sage Goraknath as you perform Jalandhara Bandha and Mula Bandha.
तानूर्भोरन्तरे पादौ उत्थानो व्यक्तसंस्थितौ.
Next up is Pakasana 2. Now bring the left heel to the perineum and the right foot on the left thigh. Visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Meditate on Arihanta, the Enlightened One. As you gaze to your third eye, perform the Mula Bandha And we enter the Shanmukhi Mudra once more. As you exhale, close your eyes with the index fingers, nose with the middle fingers, mouth with ring and little fingers, the ears with your thumbs.
वामपार्श्वे गुदौ संस्थाप्य दक्षाङ्घ्रिवामजगने.
Next up is Yogasana 2. As you keep your feet on top of the opposite knees, place your hands on the ground beside your body, with the palms facing up. Keep your spine straight, gaze to your nose as you visualize Swamiji in your inner space. Start breathing in Kakachantra Kumbhaka, rolling up the tongue and keeping your mouth in the shape of the beak of a crow. As you inhale through the rolled up tongue, cooling down your body.
उत्तानौ चरणौ कृत्वा संस्थाप्योपरि जानुनोः.
Next up is Urdhva Kukutasana. Now rotate your hands next to your body and push your body off the mat, visualizing yourself as a rooster.
वासिष्ठमदकौण्डिन्यम् ऊर्ध्वकुक्कुटमेव च.
Next up is Siddha Haratali Asana. From Padmasana, insert both hands through the knees and place them on the mat. Avoid lifting your body up. Stay seated in this position as you gaze to the nose and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
प्रथम पद्मासन को करे हस्तदो गोकोडासन दिधरे.
Next up is Hamsasana. From Padmasana, lift your body off the ground as you gaze to your third eye and visualize yourself as an elegant swan.
कुक्कुटासने स्थित्वा स्कन्धपर्यन्तं मूरोनि नीत्वा.
Next up is Karmukasana. From Padmasana, place your hands between the thighs and calves. Lean forward and while sitting, reach your hands behind your body in Parasha Mudra. As you bring your forehead to the floor, gaze to the nose, visualize yourself as Lord Shiva's bowl.
प्रथम पद्मासन को करे घोड़ासन दिमाहि करिधरे.
The next asana is Kurmasana 2. Sitting in Padmasana, lift your knees and insert both hands through the thighs and calves. As you bend your elbows and hold onto the respective shoulders with your hands, visualize yourself as a turtle, having a stable body and mind to live for hundreds of years.
बाईजंग पर दक्षिण बावा दाईजंग पर बाईं लियावा.
The next asana is Granthi Bedasana. From Padmasana, insert both hands through the thighs and calves. Bend your elbows, hold the respective shoulders, tuck your chin to the chest, gaze at the nose and rejoice, knowing you're in Shiva's secret knot posture.
अथ वक्षे नीलकण्ठाकृतिभेदासनं शुभम्.
The next asana is Uttana Kurmasana. From Padmasana, insert both hands through the thighs and calves. As you roll onto your back, hold onto the respective shoulders with your hands and gaze to the nose, embodying a turtle laying on its back.
कुक्कुटासन बन्धस्थं कराभ्यां धृतकन्धरम्.
Next up is Pangukukutasana. From Padmasana, place both hands through the gap of the thighs and calves. Place one hand flat on the mat and hold its wrist with the other hand. Lift your body up off the mat, balancing on one arm as you visualize yourself as a rooster and perform the Mula Bandha.
कुक्कुटासन स्थित्वा एकेन हस्तेन अन्यस्य प्रतिबन्धं धृत्वा.
Now exchange the position of your hands. Lift your body up onto the other hand as you repeat Pangukukutasana on the other side.
कुक्कुटासन स्थित्वा एकेन हस्तेन अन्यस्य प्रतिबन्धं धृत्वा.
The next asana is Gridrasana. From Padmasana, place your elbows on the toes, interlace your fingers, and rest your chin on the knuckles. Keep your thumbs pressed to the throat as you visualize you have gone beyond all greed and covetous.
जानुर्भोरन्तरे पादौ उत्तानौ व्यक्तसंस्थितौ.
Next up is Padmasana 3. From Padmasana, hold one hand over the other with the palms facing upwards. Keep your spine straight, gaze to the nose, and visualize Swamiji in your inner space as you perform Mahamudra Bandha. All three bandhas engaged.
उत्तानौ चरणौ विधाय विधिवत् शक्तिस्थितौ योगिरात्.
Next up is Padmasana 4. From Padmasana, place your palms on top of the knees. Keep your spine straight, gaze to the nose, engage the Mula Bandha, and visualize Paramashiva in your inner space.
एतत् पद्मासनं कुर्यात् प्राणवायुप्रसिद्धये.
Next up is Karmakasana 2. From Padmasana, keep the left hand on the left knee and hook the right hand around the big toes in Prana Mudra with index and middle fingers. As you pull your elbow back as if you're pulling a bowstring, moving the big toe in a circular motion. Visualize yourself as Pinaka, Lord Shiva's bow, as you repeat the movement on the other side as well.
वक्षे योगपूरकरक्षणात्.
Next up is Karmakasana 3. From Padmasana, cross your arms behind your back and hold onto the big toes in Prana Mudra as you gaze to the nose and visualize yourself as Paramashiva's bow.
मुखासनमाक्षित्य उदरे पूरयेत् सुखम्.
Next up is Dridhasana. Now maintain Karmakasana 3. Lift your chest up and gaze to your third eye, visualizing that you are the action of Paramashiva's third eye, destroying anything you come across.
ऊरुभ्यामुपरि स्थाप्य पादयुग्मं प्रयत्नतः.
Next up is Nagadasana. From Karmakasana 3, with your arms behind your back, roll onto your back. Hold on to the big toes if you can. Otherwise, lay on your arms in Padmasana as you gaze to the nose and visualize yourself as a snake.
प्रथम पद्मासन को टाने दो हाथ पाछाने आने.
Next up is Kandukasana. As you lie on your back, bend your knees with the feet off the ground. Embrace your knees to the chest with the head touching the knees. Roll your body up into a ball as you breathe in Sahadra Kumbhaka.
पित्रासने स्थित्वा हस्तपादान् निष्कुष्य.
Next up is Urdhva Pavanasana. Lay on your back with the knees raised together, feet flat on the ground. Interlace your fingers behind your neck as you gaze to the nose and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
प्रथमे सूधो सैनग्राभे गोडा उभा राशि मिलावे.
Next up is Marakata Pitasana. Lie on your back and bend your knees as you keep your feet flat on the mat and place the upturned palms underneath your heels. Lift your hips up as you visualize yourself as a powerful alpha ape. Perform the Murcha Kumbhaka with Jalandhara Bandha and Mula Bandha engaged.
उत्तानशयनं पादतले उत्तानहस्तयोः स्थापयेत्.
Next up is Uttana Shiki Pitakasana. Lie supine and raise your hips up. Support your hips with your hands, placed at the waist, as your elbows bear the weight of your body. Press your chin to the throat, gaze to the nose, and visualize Swamiji in your inner space.
जङ्घोरुबलहीनश्चेत् उत्तानशीपीठकम्.
Next up is Nadakasana. As you lie supine, raise your hips and legs up. Bring your hands to the lower back for support if needed, but then place your elbows and hands flat on the mat below. Balance as you visualize traversing Naraka, hell unscathed.
ग्रीवाकण्ठेन भूमिं विष्टम्भ.
Next up is Tiryanokasana. From Nadakasana, bring your hands to the lower back and keep your elbows on the mat. Raise your legs up vertically and slowly lower and angle them down, keeping your core engaged. Visualize your abode crossing the ocean of samsara.
नौकावत् स्थित्वा ऊर्ध्वं पादाग्रद्वयं नजेत्.
The next asana is Dvajasana. Now bring your arms back flat on the mat. Keep your legs straight as a flagpole as you visualize yourself as the Kailasa flag, respected across all nations.
नौकावत् ग्रीवा पृष्ठकूर्परैः भूमिं वष्टभ्य.
Now gently lower your body down to the mat as you lie supine. Contract the perineal region and pull the Kundalini Shakti up your spine, performing the Shakti Chalan Mudra. Bring it up to the Brahmarandha. As you completely relax, unclutch from any micro movements of your body and mind, visualize your body as dead, and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Swamiji, is liberating you as you internally chant the japa Om Nityananda Paramashivoham.
उत्तानं शववद्भूमौ शयनं तोषवासनं शवासनं श्रमहरं चित्तविश्रान्तिकारणम्.
ॐ नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम्. 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 नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम् ॐ 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 नित्यानन्द.
Now slowly return to your physical body. Start wiggling your fingers and toes, your wrists and your ankles, your elbows and your knees. Raise your knees up towards your chest and circle them with your hands, rocking your body from side to side. As you slowly return to a comfortable seated position. Congratulations for completing the Dvitiya Vinyasa Krama 308 asana sequence as revealed by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. With this, let us conclude the Nityananda Yoga session. As you sit straight with your head, neck, and spine in a straight line, place your hands in Anjali Mudra in front of your heart center. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, visualize Swamiji, and chant the Purna Mantra.
ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ तत्सत् सर्वं भगवत् श्रीनित्यानन्द परमशिवपादुकार्पणमस्तु ॐ नित्यानन्दम्
Nityanandam, thank you for watching, and if you found the video enlightening,
please give it a like, share it with your loved ones, and subscribe to stay connected with us.
don't forget to click the bell icon to receive the notifications.
welcome you all with my love and respect. Let you all open all your three eyes. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham Paramashivoham 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 Om Nityananda Paramashivoham Om Paramashivoham Om Nityananda 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 Paramashivoham Paramashivoham Om Nityananda 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 Paramashivoham Paramashivoham Om Nityananda 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 Paramashivoham consciousness.
Yes, Nityanandam, all of you. After this powerful darshan and beautiful initiation, let us now get ready to do the first thing we do after every darshan, which is the power manifestation. Many of you have gathered, requesting all of you to join on camera and get ready for the power manifestation. We're going to manifest the power of blindfold reading. So have your blindfolds ready and settle down. Ukaprundo ma ananda ganapati, lin yiting, chiao yu huang, and ma nitya sangha shaktini. Let's gather back. Yes. Also ma agora sarupini, ma itzak, and ma jnana guru prasadini. Join back and let's gather for the power manifestation. Yes. Get your blindfolds and settle down. We're going to project an image on screen, and with your eyes blindfolded, you're going to receive the content of the image, receive all the details through your third eye by connecting to Swamiji. The third eye will reveal the details of the image that we are going to project. So let us all settle down. Also, Chitsin Weng Aya, join for the power manifestation. Yes. The power manifestation is such that the more you manifest the power, the more you will settle in that enlightened zone, in the Nirvikalpa Samadhi, and your feeling connection to Swamiji will get strengthened. So it's really a beautiful opportunity for your spiritual progress, for your spiritual journey. First, before we enter into this power manifestation, let us chant the Shastra Pramana. Kapalan dharmano nyasya tishtan militalochana kramena manaso dhatyat lakshaye lakshamuttamam.
As the translation goes, by fixing the mind on the inner space within the crown center and sitting stably without any movement, having the eyes closed in succession, by that stability of the mind and inner space, through the power of the third eye, one directly sees the ultimate goal, Lakshyam. By having the vision beyond the sight that reveals any object or place, attaining the space of oneness with the source, Paramashiva.
Yes, beautifully it is revealed how through the space of oneness, these powers manifest. How your oneness is strengthened by manifesting the powers. These two, both. So settle down and just bring your awareness to your third eye. Visualize Swamiji in a space, connect to him, and request him, Bhagavan, reveal what is being shown on screen. Chant the Mahavakya, the cosmic passcode. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham